Alright guys, so now we're going to look at one of these problems and actually solve it all the way out, doing the math. So how would I solve this problem if I'm looking for my force tension? What would the tension in this string be at this moment? At this moment, I'm at the bottom of the loop. Give us that the radius of the circle is 0.7 meters. The velocity of the yo-yo is 7 meters per second. And the mass of the yo-yo is 1/2 kilogram. So let's set up our equation. Force centripetal equals mv squared over r. And let's get our forces in here. So we have tension pulling up towards the center of the circle. So here's force tension, T for tension. And we have gravity pulling down. Here's force gravity, and just like before, force gravity is smaller than force tension because we are accelerating towards the center of the circle. So this tension has to be larger. So what is the centripetal force in this case? Remember, centripetal force is the net force pulling to the center. So in this case, we have tension pulling to the center minus force gravity because force gravity is pulling away from the center. So this net force here, this is my centripetal force. And of course, your centripetal force equals mv squared over r. Now the next thing I can do is I can rewrite gravity, right? Remember, force gravity, that's just mg. So tension minus mg equals mv squared over r. So I'm looking for t, so what do I have to do? I have to get t alone, right? So how can I get t alone? How can I get rid of this mg? Just going to add it to both sides. So here's plus mg on the left, plus mg on the right. So I have tension equals mass times velocity squared over r, right? mv squared over r. Now plus mg, because I just added it from this side to the other side. Now all I have to do is start plugging everything in. So tension is going to be, the mass is 0.5. The velocity is 7. Don't forget, you have to square the velocity. It's velocity squared. I'm going to divide that by the radius, which is given to us as 0.7. And then plus mg, so plus mass again was 0.5. And then what value do I plug in for g? What is the acceleration due to gravity always equal? On Earth anyway. That's equal to 9.8. Right, mg is mass times 9.8. So let's plug everything in your calculator. So 0.5 times 7 squared gives me 24.5 over 0.7 plus 0.5 times 9.8. That's 4.9. If I do this division here, 24.5 divided by 0.7, that is 35 plus the 4.9. Add them together, I find that the tension in this string is 39.9 newtons. Alright, so that's how you do the math for this. Pretty straightforward, you plug in all your stuff. The main thing is figuring out the picture and figuring out what this centripetal force is supposed to be.